Good? Here we are. Okay. Welcome to Game 3, the rubber.
It's where the rubber meets the road right here. This is for all the marbles. First game was taken by Conor Lawrence. Dan Cohen came back in Game 2 to force a Game 3.
Yeah, very tight Game 2.
Oh, wait a second. There's some maintenance out there.
Whoa. That's a lot of clearing of the beads there. I'm not
sure this is allowed.
What's going on down there?
You know what? Bill Kopak left. He left, and now you see the what is that expression? This is going to be controversial, folks.
Oh, my goodness. They're just sweeping all the beads off.
I don't know. I don't know to whose benefit that lies. His disc will be slower out of the gate.
Huh.
I'm not one to.
It's more the back half coming back up the court to the south end that'll make a big difference, especially in the 10-off spot. But
so we're looking north to south as you look left to right on your screen at home.
That's correct. All right, we're right back to the St. Pete openings. Here we go. Classic Shuffleboard Open.
I'm anticipating a lot of blocking and a lot of clearing in this game. Settle in because if you want to fill up your iced tea, I think we're going to be here for a while. I didn't get the official time of match for the first two games, but they weren't short. They weren't short games.
Definitely not. Very deliberate games. Okay. Open board 8 for Dan. I assume that's going to be coming off. Yep. No score now. Dan runs very tight to his block. Isn't able to get it onto the court with the break to the brook on that side. It's kind of
going to take a look at the early splits, Phil, or is he going to wait on that?
Well, looks like he's taking a shot at it, but don't think it bears off either way. It's tough. There's a middle ridge on that side of the court that can be tough to get off of, but he knows it. Took a shot at it. I don't mind that opening aggressively. Not a bad shot. I think Dan missed that shot completely. Looking to bear off and leave himself an 8. Took the split away, though. So now it's throw to the board for Conor. It looks a little hard there.
Could be some all the way through.
Well, checking speeds now. So no harm, no foul, I guess. Lost hammer.
Yeah, I mean, and Conor, he chose the black discs. He's got to return to that groove.
Or a squandered hammer, I guess, maybe.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's a tougher adjustment going back to the blacks than to go to the yellows and the blacks. You really, you need a little extra push on the black ones.
Yeah, well,
again, to travel like the yellows. But the yellows pick up the brakes more than the blacks.
It depends on where his head is now, too, because that first round could just be getting the speed. But I think he's still struggling a little bit. But one doesn't make the foul line, so that's going to be taken off by Mr. Brune. Did a little court maintenance there as well. Oh boy, grounds crew out on the court now. No rain, some debris, apparently.
Not visible to the naked eye. I mean, what are we doing here? This is a little nitpicky. I'm going to go nitpicky. If I was the tournament official, I don't know that I'd be condoning this. I think he'd be out there for 3 days.
Out there
for 3 days.
I mean, we're going to have to get a measurement on the debris and what needs to be removed and what shouldn't.
It's like one of those phantom caution flags that you see in NASCAR that they throw just to tighten up the field.
Looked like some of them were smaller than the glass beads, to be honest. I don't know. And that'll bear into the middle line there.
You like the glass beads, Bill?
I love the beads.
You like beads of all striping. I mean, you do it. You do a little fashion design in your spare time, and you favor a beaded. Is it a skirt that you would call that, or is it a kilt because it's for a man?
Listen, we can do a lot of things with beads, none of which we can talk about here.
Oh, he's
So-
going off color. He's going off color, ladies and gentlemen. This is a family telecast. I don't know what he's talking about. It's a reference to his haberdashery side gig.
A lot of chatter going on in the shuffleboard text group trying to get these mixed doubles matches in as he
It's an
immediately
exciting day.
tries to change tack.
An exciting day of mixed doubles action yesterday.
Yes, mixed doubles was a lot of fun to participate and then, see it later. I always like to see
It's a different kind of game
a
because
four-weight
the
score
gentlemen
in
tend
any
to spend
tournament.
much more time playing shuffle than the ladies.
This is true and unfortunate, but hopefully, we'll get some more of the ladies out participating. There is a women's doubles tournament this year, which hasn't happened in a few years, and there's a whole lot of nothing on that board in the second round.
Yeah, a lot of caginess. So we got no score.
Maybe everybody's trying to get used to their weights again, see where their speeds are, and we'll transfer hammer to the reds. And
I mean, we
see what
didn't miss a
happens.
score, did we? It's still 0-0.
0-0.
Both players smiling. It's good to see. Good level of sportsmanship down there. Oh, they shared a laugh about something.
Deep Tampa pilot there. Very emphatic call by Matt Pfeiffer. As no score.
Oh, look
Not-
at that. We got Matt on the lines
Not
for
really sure why.
for the
You know what's going to be fun is this
Deciding
one,
game
if this
3.
one is going to be as long as the rest of them. We're going to watch we can watch the hue of red on the top of his head change from pink to red to blisters. That'll be fun.
That's speaking of blisters. That's blistering hot in the kitchen. It's getting hot. 10 off red.
Dan's getting very experienced with finding his weights in the 10 off today.
It's
Can't be,
not shaking him though. It has really not had a
Can't be enjoyable.
detrimental effect.
But
He's
it's
handled
early.
it well. He's handled it well. He's going to slip this by. He's going to
It's
pick up an
early.
8.
Looking to
And
mitigate.
that's a nice shot. That is a nice shot from there.
He's a good shot. Might be looking at 20 off here once Conor gets done, but maybe not. Looking.
Connor gets in there on that thing.
Good speed, but look at 10 off red, 8 black now. Good clear.
A little bit of a pigeon 8 sitting there.
Yeah.
Maybe Daniel can return the favor.
Definitely would have liked to walk over to the behind his black.
That's got a little too much heat on it.
Here we are, 2 off red again. See what Conor wants to do here. Maybe he goes outside of his weight to bump Daniel's 8 off. But no, he's looking to clear that 8
that's
again. All right.
All right, Daniel picks up
3 off red, 8 black currently.
that's a good break for him. If he can pick up a score here, he will not go into arrears. He's going to get a taste of that biscuit up top. Oh,
There it is.
clears the
There you
8 and goes for a
There
plus
we are.
5.
5 red. First blood, I guess, if you will, after in the third round.
I'm going to go net win right there for Daniel. He didn't get shaken by the 10 off.
You could go that way, and you could also look at it as a mitigated hammer for
You
Conor
could go your own
as
way.
well. Yes, that's interesting. Sounds like a song.
Oh, Fleetwood Mac.
Feed into the mania.
I don't think any members of the band were into shuffle. Maybe Lindsey Buckingham. He seems like he could be a shuffle guy. If anybody knows anything about
A deep open
Lindsey
from Conor here.
Buckingham's potential penchant
Straight-
for shuffle,
Straight to the
just
board,
right
but
in.
no score. Dan looked to use it as a backstop and scores an 8. Not, well, high-ish 8, let's call it. Well, that's a good clear. Still nothing on the board. Couple of interesting weights to use for the blacks right now, even though Dan has the hammer.
Yeah, he's got a lot to work with up there. I wouldn't leave that disc hang around. Yeah, you score in front of it, you're good. You push it short, you're not as good.
No, you got to decide whether you got the speed down right now, because I think the play here is to split that deep 7, but well, not deep 7, high 7. If you can split that.
He's looking for Splitsville here.
Got the 1.
Oh, and he puts one on the 10 off.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you want to, definitely have your speed down for that shot. Better off coming short and leaving the board set up than necessarily doing that, but we'll see what Dan does here. Dan might be looking to split his 10 weight.
He's going to get a piece of it. He's going to push it up into the 7. And did he hang on? I believe he did.
Yep. 7 red, 3 off black currently. Always like to see what Conor is seeing on the board here. And that's
I think he's going to see his
weight.
So he'll go +4 if it holds.
4 black. Daniel might be seeing a little bit too much red weight on that back line. I don't know if he's got the 10 off backstop or not.
He might be thinking 20 off right now. Not with that shot. Oh.
It's in there.
Did he stick 20 off?
He did. No, well, 13 off.
Well, 13 off. Net 13. It's going to require some math. What's 13 less 5?
What is it?
Minus 13. Black. So
5 and minus 13.
okay, hammer back to Conor.
Bill's got a bit of a bee in his bonnet, and he's not wearing a hat, which is indicative of there's actually a bee in the booth.
That's another thing.
Can we have that removed?
Yes, that's what we have production assistants. Kevin, Lodwick, get rid of the bee. Let's go. Hop 2. You're getting paid well. I need you to get rid of the bee.
No, I think we cleared the insect invasion.
Okay, and here we are back to the St. Pete openings from both players. Not surprising. One's looking to settle in, the other one's looking to capitalize on his hammer.
I had a chance to catch up with both players before the third game started. And Dan, he was happy. He won, obviously, but he was a little disappointed that he left the door open for Conor throughout the match.
Well, that's an interesting bear off there. Conor clears Dan's 8 and gets a 7. Cross court, deep. See how this draws Dan in. It does draw him in. He's going to try and leave it right in front there. Oh, no. Gets a little bit by. I think he was shooting for a snuggie there.
Did he make it? Is that good?
That's good. They're both good. You take a look at Brune. He's still giving you the fingers. Our high tech.
Oh,
that's
going to push that yellow disc off.
It does.
So
it's
7 black only.
Yep, 7 black only here. Be interesting to see what Dan tries to do here. I assume he's going to try and remove Conor's weight, maybe throw him into the 10 off, or leave it short like he tried to the first time. That's going to be a little snuggie there. 7-7.
Little snuggler's notch.
Now, do you go after that, or you just score on your own side?
Yeah, you don't want to risk putting your own disc in the
Capitalize
kitchen.
on the hammer. Got to make it, though. Got to make it.
It's going to make it.
There it is. 7 red, 15 black. Yeah.
All right, so that's going to get
that's 1 round of hammer for Conor.
Conor back up into positive territory.
Everybody's in the positives now. Yep. Sometimes you take what you can get, and you're looking to get that weight with the hammer. Came out with it.
12 and 2.
So 12 red, 2 black. A little bit more than a 1 weight score if you discount the 10. So
the 10 is the least scored.
Of course.
Basket? Is it a basket? An area?
Yeah, scoring triangle, if you will.
Well, you know what they say about the 10? It's bigger than you think.
It is. Actually, you can fit all 8 weights in that 10.
Without touching the line?
Without touching the lines. I don't think you could actually shoot it that way, but you can definitely place them in there. We've taken a few pictures of that. People don't believe us.
Yeah, it's good novelty. Good novelty.
It's good to know. Dan going with a Tampa Pilot, looking to use the middle break of the court from the right to his advantage, and to try and mitigate the hammer that Conor has to use. Conor, instead of breaking it again, decides to block the path. Let's see if what Dan has here to shoot for, since he's going for it anyway. Gonna fit it in between.
Oh,
there.
he slips it right in.
does
He's
fit
going to
it
pick
in
up a
there.
nice 7.
He gets a 7 out of it. Looks like we're gonna wait for the call here, but it does look like he made it. Yep. Okay. I think you throw this one and you get it. Yeah. Don't stick it though.
That's going to leave a mark.
So no score, and an interesting line for another deep split if it remains. And Conor with still with the hammer this round. Dan looking to block the board here. Comes a little middle though. I'm not sure if that was the design. Well, let's see.
I think Conor can split that
He
7
could.
back
I
there.
think he's going conservative though, just for the
He's
going to
get some line on it. He's going to get some line
Doesn't
on
get
it.
enough oomph on it.
It's a burnt hammer.
That's something you got to remember when you're shooting the blacks. We heard a bit of an expletive from Conor, and then a comment about the curve.
I hope our audio did not pick that up. If
Definitely,
it did, we apologize.
Definitely something you have to keep in your head shooting blacks on the north end. You're shooting uphill, and then you're going to get the curve to the brook. So you forget that, and you're always going to find that line.
I'm looking for a smile from Conor. I see a smile. He's keeping his emotions in check. Daniel takes a sip of ice
We'll have
cold
a
brew.
nice-
He's got a beer. He's got a beer in
Nice
his
high
in
St.
his
Pete
little cup.
opening there again.
We've confirmed that. Dan's enjoying a cold beer on a hot day.
Did he draw that one off the keg in the truck, or?
Yeah, it's a great question. Our boys tend to save the partying for after the broadcast.
Did you get in on here? Did you get in on here? All right.
We've another special guest
I'm gonna
queued up.
swap out for Prev, and I'll get back on for the second half of the game. I'm very interested to hear where this goes now.
All right, we're going to welcome Alex Previty up to the booth. Alex, a long time
Hi, Rick.
MBC member, a part of the social fabric of the club.
Many say that.
And very much an arbiter of all things that go on at the club, both shuffle and otherwise.
I like to think so. I like to think.
Give me a
that-
little tilt up on your mic and get a little closer in there. Get a little. You can tilt on this thing here. Just gonna get this one of these. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, now get up on it. Yeah, just get right up on there.
How's that? That much better?
Yeah, much better, much better.
Can you hear
yeah.
me now? Can
Yeah,
you
so
hear me?
Alex, we're late in the season. We got 2 more weekends down here. It was a good summer, right?
It was a great summer, Rick. I got to tell you, this is some exciting stuff going on right now. Even for the non-avid shuffle watcher, I got to tell you, it really, really makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up to watch these 2 finely tuned athletes go at each other for not 1, not 2, but 3 games.
7 black only. Wow, so we're gonna go to 19-2. No, we're gonna go to 12-9.
Wow.
12-9. Yes, there it is. We got the score up on the board. Yeah, finely tuned athletes. In terms of off-season conditioning in shuffle, what is it? Is it more of a cardio? Is it a strength training regimen?
I think each one of these athletes has their own regiment. And a lot goes into it too, Rick. I mean, they're akin to players in the NFL. They have, nutritionists on staff, massage therapists, multiple massage therapists, yoga teachers,
Both personally and professionally.
personally and professionally, yes. And they really, this is a 365-day a year kind of.
Right, you don't just show up, pick up
No.
a stick, and start throwing biscuits.
Absolutely not. I mean, these guys have been preparing for this their whole lives.
And the mental toughness.
Oh, it's very Tiger Woods-esque. I gotta tell you, Rick, it's exciting to see as more and more fans keep coming and leaving.
Pouring into the venue.
pouring into the
tonight.
venue.
I mean, don't be misled by the empty seats courtside.
Yeah.
The fans have just moved back because I think the action on the court is so hot.
True. And I think many of them are very excited to listen to the telecast as well, Rick.
Oh, really? Oh, wait, can we hold on, we get an official review here from Billy. He just brought something to my attention.
Review. They just realized at this end that they went out of order. Daniels shot the first weight and should not have, but the rules state that we finish the round and fix it at the other end.
Wow.
Now, is that our rule or is that an official rule?
That is an official U.S. national shuffleboard rule.
The rule book's right there. The book's right there. Hey, Alex, get the book. Get the book. Get the book. Find the ruling. Find the ruling, because this is actually interesting.
37, paragraph B, section 2.
There was an issue yesterday with the scoring, whereby
Are these printed out pages what you were affectionately calling a rule book?
yeah, it's not searchable. It's old school. You just got to kind of scan through it and see if you can find the rule.
It's definitely
for shooting out of order.
Low tech.
You know, last time I checked, I think if you're going to find it, I think you're going to find a penalty for shooting out of order. I don't think you correct it at the other end. I think there's a point deduction.
You know, I think there should. I got to tell you, it seems to me that there should be something.
Yeah, where are my glasses?
We're not sure where your glasses are, Rick, but I'm sure they're somewhere. Here I see player shooting before opponent's disc comes to rest. No penalty if leaving the court. Players shall not stand. Okay. You know, we're working on it. Seems like they're back on track here, Rick.
Now give them an indication. Look, if you shoot out of order.
Is that would be error in the color lead?
Yes.
Error in the color lead. Here it is. You know, Rick. Many people have called me an academic for many reasons, and this is one of them. Error in a color lead shall be corrected if discovered before the half round is completed, and the half round shall be played over. The half round is completed when the 8th disc is shot, and all discs come to a stop. Otherwise,
All right, so if my interpretation is correct, they should have replayed that side when the error was determined.
as I see the rules here, which it sits on page 4 of 14 pages, that seems to be what the rule would state.
So I got to think, but it's almost, I guess the players have agreed to correct it this way. I just don't want any controversy at the end, somebody telling me this is an illegal match.
You know, I got to tell you, I think they're leaving themselves wide open for, litigation.
Bill, you should come on up here because
There's
both
all
players
kinds of things
agreed
that
to
could
this
happen
correction.
here.
I don't care if they agree to it. It's a rule.
No. I'm sorry. The rules state you replay the side.
The way we've always done it here, tournament.
So we're not using the rule book. We're throwing out the rule book, Alex.
You know what? Things are getting a bit heated here. I think we need to calm it down a little bit.
All right, just so
So-
long as everybody's in agreement.
Everybody's in agreement.
You know, we don't need anybody calling it an illegal match later on. Some, hard feelings.
Both of these players have, counsel on hand in case things get out of hand here, Rick.
I hate when the lawyers get involved.
It
in
always-
most things, and especially in shuffle.
It just turns into, it turns into.
That
it
was
can
some
turn into a
shot.
Donnie
That
Darko.
was some shot coming down the
I mean,
alley.
did you see the strength on that?
I mean, I think that disc might have bounced back to, I don't know,
Bloomfield.
West Orange, but Bloomfield, I guess. I don't know. Due north. I guess that's Bloomfield.
Yeah. Depending upon the angle, it could be Bloomfield.
Could be Glen Ridge.
Yeah, you know what?
Now you tell the difference is like gas lights. They have those gas lamps.
You know what? Your knowledge of geography is impressive.
Local geography.
Local geography, yeah. Among other things. So back to the match here, Rick. Where are we at by way of
Just
score?
full disclosure here, the same thing happened to me earlier in the men's doubles tournament, and it worked against me. So throwing 3 rounds without the hammer, it sucks, no doubt. But that is the rule we've always played here.
All right, well, thanks, Bill. A little clarity. You know, sometimes you need a little controversy to stir things up.
You know,
It keeps it interesting. It gives,
yeah, there's certainly.
It's like in that NFC Championship game last year, right? With the Saints.
I mean, the Saints. These games are all, they're all works in progress. As the NFL goes back every offseason and changes rules, I would argue that the rules committee here will go back and they'll look at things like this and say, how do we make the game better? How do we make the game more fair? How do we make it better for the fans? Right?
We got to evolve. We got to evolve as players and as humans.
I totally agree, and it's all about the fans at the end of the day. Like that's who we're here for. That's what these guys play for. The adulation of the fans. And that's what it comes down to.
And the glory of love.
Oh, the glory. There is such glory.
All right, so the score sits at 20 red and 24 black. So it's a tight match going on. I know Alex and I have been covering a lot of ground that had nothing to do with the action on the court, but it's a great match shaping up here.
It's exciting. It's exciting.
We got Google search windows open up on the monitor here.
I mean, our crack research staff is on top of all things shuffle. It's impressive.
Wait, the rare throwing out of the rule book.
Oof.
Apparently, just take a black Sharpie to that and write "not at MBC."
Null and void. Null and void. Apparently, the 17 years I spent in college looking up things didn't help me at all in this.
That was some good work though. Digging out that rule. We did it analog style. Just bits of paper and then the human eye.
We are very.
The naked eye.
Naked eye, yes, impressive. I didn't even need to use my reading glasses, which is shocking.
You did it with the sunglasses on too. I noticed. I've got readers and sunglasses. I've got sunglass readers.
Rick, when you're on radio, you need to look good.
Yeah, I got a. Was it a face for radio?
You might say that about yourself, but I wouldn't say that. You're very handsome these days,
Voice
Rick.
for.
Very handsome.
I don't know. Some expression. So no score on that side. I don't believe.
You guys were talking before about the Roger Cole Award. I'm interested to see who you think are the leading candidates this year.
That's the Charles E. Cole Award.
Charles Cole, sorry,
Yes.
the Charles E. Cole Award. I apologize. I mean, certain people have full-on marketing teams trying to, work on reputation management and those kind of things because these guys. They play at such a high level with so much stress that sometimes off-the-field issues can come into play.
You got to consider the entire character set when you're thinking about a Cole Award winner. And for the folks at home, each year annually, obviously annually because we do it each year, the Charles E. Cole Award is awarded to the person who is deemed making the most positive contribution to the great tradition of shuffleboard at Montclair Beach Club.
I think you got to look at the body of work as well.
It's a body of work play. You'll see players, turn it on and, try to make an effort. You can't lobby for the award. If you mention it, that's a big black mark in the wrong column.
Interesting. And, you were a past winner of that award, Rick, so you would understand the inner workings of that more than just the average.
Well, the beauty of it, the beauty of it is the surprise factor. When your name gets called out on that day, it's glorious. You have no idea it's coming, and that's the way it should be. Because that's indicative of somebody who just selflessly gave of the game, not looking for anything in return other than, just the glorious shuffle.
If you could compare that to a life event, would it be, a wedding day, a birth of a child? Like, how would you say that stacks up?
Definitely lower echelon than that.
But exciting nonetheless.
Yeah, it's been better than some promotions at work. Successfully changing your own oil.
Well, I mean, I got to tell you, we here in the broadcast team are very honored to be with you.
All right, thank you, Alex. We got a scoring change here.
Ooh.
We're going to 30-something. We're going to 36. Oh, we're going up on both sides. We're going 36-31. We're going to go for an audit quick. 36-31? Yep. All right, check. Yeah, 36 red, 31 black, a tight match that when nobody did not anticipate. No one is just going to give this game away.
No.
You're not just going to walk off with that trophy.
They're both.
You're not going to go sashaying down the aisle with that trophy without somebody standing in your way, trying to rip that thing right out of your hands. Right out of your hands.
These two gentlemen have been prepared for this match their whole lives, Rick.
Or at least the whole week.
A couple minutes at least. But they've thought about it a lot. I'm sure they had butterflies in their stomachs last night. Hopefully they were both on training rules, strict training regimens, etc. But I gotta tell you,
Early to bed, early to rise.
Yeah.
Still not a lot of people in the pool.
Yeah, well, it's kind of chilly.
It's
Kinda chilly.
the water's a little chilly.
Yeah, I think the water.
The air
chilly,
temperature
air
or
temperature.
the water?
I think the air temperature is warming up, which should bode well for swimming later. I would hope.
I was wondering where Bill Lawrence disappeared to. Apparently, he went and helped himself to ice coldie.
Oh, he's allowed. That's
He's on his phone.
that's
He's
accepted.
texting or checking social media or Insta.
He is a social media presence with the game. So
He's a social media giant.
I mean, many might say that. Many might say that. I'm not sure who those many are, but they might say that.
Question is there a Splitsville opportunity here? Because this could bust this thing wide open. Oh, we're losing the rules.
We literally threw out the rule book, Rick.
We're not. Sometimes you got to do it. Oh, that 8 red only. 7 red only.
Wow, this is exciting. There you go.
Can't be miscalling discs like that.
I mean,
It's just-
it's very difficult. Do you hear this? As I said,
Yeah, we're to
they're
the
going to go back to the rules committee. Is going to have to meet about all these
all right, so we're on.
important issues.
Oh, wait, hold on.
A message from our sponsors.
Oh, there's no sponsors. We're just bootstrapping this thing today, Alex. If anybody wants to step up and be a part of it, we're reaching tens of people with these shows.
More like 5.5. But hey,
My son asked me about our YouTube channel yesterday,
yeah.
and I pointed it out to him. He said, Dad, you got 7 subscribers. I said, well, what are you waiting for, son?
At least 7. I think I got to tell
I think
you.
we're probably in double digits today.
I'd like to think that my presence helped.
Just ramp it up. Hit that like button, that subscribe button.
Seems to be a little bit more activity at the pool now. Seems to be.
That's a nice,
Ramp it
smooth
up.
7. It's a well-protected 7.
Well
Hard to
coached.
look at it from up here, but you know what? It's going to be hard to get past that Tampa and get at that 7.
the Tampa.
Daniel's going to go for it. No, he's coming down the other side. He's going to pick up a 7 of his own.
Yeah, you don't coach that.
He's going to help
you can't do
himself
that.
to a 7.
That's just pure athletic ability right there.
Now Connor's just going to come right down the other
What do
side.
you think's going to happen here?
Oh, he's looking at that 7. He ain't going to leave that
Look
thing.
at
He's not
this.
going to let that thing grow grass
Ooh.
under it. He's going to put it in the kitchen. No, he's not.
Wow.
No, he's not. But he's going to help himself to 14 points. Matt's going to take a look at that 10 off. And it is no good. 14 black only.
Wow.
That was a
Wow.
big side for Conor. That's going to take him up to 45.
So what's the count now? Where are we at?
43-45.
Wow. Well, this match is pretty much everything we thought it was going to be, isn't it, Rick?
All that and more.
I mean, goodness gracious. Just the gravitas that comes with this trophy it's got to be making these so much pressure. So much
Yeah, for
pressure.
the fans at home, the trophy will not actually be awarded today.
No.
That'll wait up until next weekend.
Labor Day weekend, yeah.
Labor Day weekend. The novelty races, the big splash contest.
Oh,
Yeah, it's always a great day at NBC. When the kids go in the pool for the pennies,
pennies for free ice cream.
ice cream at the
I mean,
snack bar. Yeah.
You know, what more could you want?
I mean, just a slice of Americana.
Yeah.
It's really is what it is.
And it's not because they're trying to get rid of the flavors they couldn't get rid of all summer.
No, that ice cream's fresh.
That ice cream's fresh.
I got a bomb pop. This thing's probably been hanging around since '77.
Yeah.
Remember the old bomb pop? They still make that? I mean, is that just not politically correct anymore in this, era?
Yeah.
Or even do you remember the popsicle that had 2 sticks? They still make that one. You bust it in half.
No, I don't think they make that anymore. Well, the other
They
thing,
must have that out there somewhere in the confection aisle.
I saw a young member walking around last year with pistachio. He said that was the only flavor they had left.
The pistachio ice cream is actually quite tasty.
No, listen, I'm a big fan, but
Was it a younger person? I mean, that's more of an
yeah,
adult flavor.
It's more of an adult flavor. You have to have an advanced.
I mean,
palate.
you don't have to be 18.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
have
by
to have-
law, you don't have to be 18.
Yeah, you have to have an advanced palate to enjoy the pistachio.
Yeah, I mean, I think that in the ice cream trend, I mean, whether that like a salted caramel over there.
Yeah,
is,
the dulce de leche has become a big flavor.
ooh, multilingual. You just went multilingual on me,
you know,
Alex.
we might have viewers or listeners who like to hear about a little bit of culture here, Rick. This is
Remember
not
a couple of years ago when they introduced the Graham Central Station?
it was like
It's like a play on words. You get it?
I
It's like
mean,
Grand Central Station,
yeah,
but it's Graham, like a graham cracker.
It's really impressive. They introduced it was like the Beatles were here. I mean, the lines it was like they were giving away a new iPhone. It's impressive.
What do we have on the score there? Oh, 50 and 53. So, again, the players just keeping pace with one another. Slight advantage on the black side. Just 3 points. But, I mean, clearly this is a match for the ages.
Yeah, this is going to come down to the wire, Rick.
This is when, people don't often pay attention to the difference between scoring an 8, scoring a 7. But it's like, when you're just picking up 1 point here, 1 point there.
Huge difference.
First to the golden circle.
It's a game of inches. It's a game of inches.
It's like Al Pacino couldn't have said it better himself.
Well, the other thing too is I think is interesting is the court preparation for a match like this. I mean, these are like U.S. Open or Masters greens. This is not your everyday shuffle.
No, it's the grounds crew. Just shout out to them because they've done an excellent job all season, but especially during tournament time. They're not shy with the beads. We saw earlier when they were picking off some pine needles that may have fallen from that conifer to our left.
I mean, it's impressive. It's impressive. These guys all year making sure that the court is finely tuned.
Not court 2. Court 2 gets treated like a rental. Nobody even wants to play on it.
Yeah, well,
Thing's got more hooks in it than a bad fisherman.
It does. It's not the best shuffleboard, but you know what? It's a good place to learn, Rick. Younger shuffleboard players can play there. And
I'm not afraid of court 2.
They can tune their game. Well, it suits your game. You're more of a field player, Rick.
It hurts me that court 2 doesn't really get much play. It's lonely on court 2. Oh, this is Splitsville for the 7, and a well-protected 7. I mean, look at all those discs out there. I mean, there's got to be like 6 of them. We got one hanging out right up there by the lag line, one on the other side, a couple in the middle. Oh, that was a bold shot. It was a bold shot. It was a calculated risk. It was a calculated risk, Alex.
I got to tell you, I love his game. He's just,
It's a big opportunity for Daniel.
Yeah, this is.
Daniel can stick some points here. He's going for Splitsville. He's looking at Splitsville. He's going to get a taste of Splitsville, and he bangs the 8. That's 15 red. That's going to be 15 red, ladies and gentlemen. That's 65. That puts him in the golden circle.
That is a big
65. He can win the match with a 10. With a 10. That gets him to
turning
75 by my math. Yes, that's correct. Tenor, 2 7s, an 8 and a 7. Any combination of scoring discs.
I mean,
Gets him there. And he's got the hammer.
oh,
There is an opportunity here. An opportunity.
huge opportunity, Rick. Huge.
Conor might go. Oh, just looking for a little kitchen bait.
No,
just
looks like-
trying to lure him back there. But I don't think Dan's going to take that bait. And there's no reason to. It's not a scoring disc.
Yeah.
It's just sitting back there.
Just leave it.
Just leave it.
Play
Yeah,
your
it's like
game.
not even there. Like it's
Play
not
your
even
game.
there.
Play your game.
Oh, he's going to look at a nice Tampa Pilot. Textbook Tampa. Mike Brune's up on the edge of his seat. He's got that fancy chair.
Yeah.
He's got a bird's eye view because you see how he's tilted up a little bit.
Yeah.
He's getting up on it. He's up on the wheel.
Oh, he's fully engaged. Fully engaged.
He's got the hat. He's got sunglasses.
That's kind of that's what you have to be. when
He's
you're
got
a
his
rules
cue. You know, he's bringing it on Championship Sunday.
official.
Oh, and is that clear? Oh, and there's no score. Indication from downstairs, no score. Again, 10 points wins the match for Daniel and the championship. Let's see if he takes a look at Splitsville back there. I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to take a look at that 7 back there. Alex, and he's going to see if he can just push it over the line ever so slightly. He made contact with another biscuit. Oh, did not see that shot, but yes, the 8 scoring red. The 8. It's not enough. It's not enough, but he does have one more disc. Conor's not going to leave that there long. He's going to go ahead and bang that out,
we go.
as he is wont to do. Oh, and the
That was
crowd
impressive.
reaction down there. They love that shot down courtside. The question is, we got to clear that. We got to score that. Does he pick up the 8 on the other side? Hold for your number, please. Hold for your number. 8 red. 8 red. Wow. Now the last shot advantage is going to change hands.
Yeah, so that's gonna be
As Conor assumes what they call the hammer. The score sits at 73 and 53. Could be looking at an upset
yeah
here. I mean, you gotta think the defending champion's favored in the match.
Yeah, but
You know, I wasn't on the DraftKings app earlier to see where the action lie.
You know, I follow the DraftKings app, and there was a slight. He was slightly favored, but both these players are so good, Rick. You know.
As you expect. I mean, you want a tight match. You want something that's going to come down to the last biscuit.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of fine players didn't make it to this
I mean,
final round.
for many of these players, this is a highlight of their career. And this is no like Thursday night in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you can't leave that disc there. You just got to clear that thing out of there.
Yeah.
So you never know when you're going to use that thing. You might use that thing later. But you see, Daniel has an opportunity. Is it too early to try to slide a 7 behind that block? He walks off the court.
He stepped away.
Was he stung by a bee?
He stepped away.
No. He's just walking off. He's taking a deep breath. He's realizing the gravity of the situation. And you know what? I'm not going to fault him for that.
No.
I'm going to respect that. He's going to try to put a 7 back behind that disc. This is a great shot. This is a great shot if he gets it in there, and he does. He sticks the corner 7.
wait,
Hold for your
hold
number.
on.
Hold for your number.
No.
No good. Oh, but a valiant effort. A valiant effort there.
Impressive. It was
That
impressive.
was a heck of a shot. A heck of a shot. He knows it.
Try.
He knows it. He knows he was
felt
close.
it. He
But
felt
you know what? No cigar. But there's no cigar smoking here at the
Yeah,
club.
No.
So
Outside,
close,
yes.
but no cigar. Yes,
Yeah.
outside. You take it right outside the fence. Or you see the fence in the background. You go right out there. There's a bench.
I mean,
You go out there with your cigar.
I mean, what more could you want on a sunny afternoon?
And then we got an open court. We got an open court. We got a disc that has to come off. But yeah, what's the play here, Alex?
I think you just want to score a little bit here.
You can't put your. You see, but here's a dumping opportunity.
Yeah,
Perfectly executed.
Perfect.
Connor will score the 8 and possibly push Dan's
in the
disc
soup.
into the kitchen. It could be kitchen depth. It's going to be kitchen depth. That's
look
going to be
at
10
that.
off.
Look.
Oh, and
did
Connor's
you see
pumped
the-
at that shot. Yes, the raw emotion. The
by
raw
way,
emotion.
Did you see the emotion there?
He's got hammer and he knows how to use it.
Oh, you know, the emotion that came out of him there.
So he's going to go 10 off and an 8 on the other side. Wow, this is tight. Ooh, tight as a
By
drum.
the way, do you see the passion that is exhibited with these two players, Rick? I mean, it's impressive.
Are we at 63 and 61? Now, Dan has got to just get through this side and get the hammer back.
I mean,
The players are sharing some idle chit-chat down there.
you've been a part of these marquee matches, Rick. What are they talking about?
Could be talking about the weather. School starts in a couple weeks.
Hopefully somebody's refilling the keg down there. Kegs active.
We're going to see there's no score. There's no score. That's a deep 7 that just catches that line. Going to push that 7 right in front. It's a dangerous game. You can't go back there if you're Conor. You can't go back there because you could risk putting yourself in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's going to defy logic. He's going to go for it.
Look at that. See,
Wow, that is some shot,
impressive.
ladies
You know,
and gentlemen. I mean, that is just intestinal fortitude
that's
to take that shot.
that's a rare
That
breach
is
of etiquette, but
supreme.
we'll accept it. I mean,
That's
like, from
supreme confidence.
you know what?
And you know what? Dan's going to challenge him to do it again
Like
if
I
that
said,
sticks.
you don't coach that. That's not
There's
coach.
no score. No, you can't coach that.
You can't
man.
coach that.
You can watch it on the videotape
I mean,
all day long,
yeah.
but I don't know that you could execute that shot.
It's, highly technical. Highly technical.
I mean, Conor's battled his way back this far. He's not going to give it up easy.
No.
Daniel's going to have to work for this championship. He's going to sneak a little 8 in there. Tucks it in nicely behind that Tampa. That 8's going to stay. Gotta suspect the 8's going to stay. In order to keep pace, I think Conor's just going to look to score. But I don't know. He's taking a long look at it. He might see something down there. Oh, he's going to go for the score on the other side. He's going to, and he picks up the 8.
Wow.
Which, so he's going to go 70 to 69. 69, dude. $71 and 69.
Wow. I mean, you don't get much closer than this.
And Daniel goes to the hammer. So Daniel has the opportunity. He's going to have the last shot. He'll get the last word for the next 2 frames.
The last 2. Oof. Wow. Well, this match is
It all
definitely
comes
as
down to
advertised.
this. It all
is.
comes down to this.
This match is definitely as advertised, Rick. I mean, you know,
And the crowd is on its feet.
all of the pundits said this was going to be close.
Well, the players are on their feet. Mike Bruin's on his feet. We're standing.
Yeah, of course we are. You know what else? What else gets me excited about this, Rick? Is you see the younger generation here watching. The next generation of shuffleboard stars.
Yeah, the youth at the courtside. It's refreshing. He's going to go ahead and it's a bit of a pigeon 8. I don't think Conor is going to leave that there. I think that disc is in harm's way.
Well, I
Could be a
think
big
that-
turning point in the match. Could have kitchen speed on it.
Oh.
Not enough, but he picks up the 8.
Oh, whoa. Stepped away.
He might have been interfered with.
Stepped away.
Local
Stepped
insect.
away. Stepped away.
It's better. He takes a look at that 8. He's going to bang it. And he's not going kitchen speed on it. Just content to clear it. He's got confidence in his hammer. He needs to score that last weight for the win. Conor's going to go ahead and shoot. I think his move here is to maybe go for the 10. I might go for a 10. Nope, he's going to go deeper than that. Oh, he's looking to push him into the soup, and he put himself in the soup. All right, hardest shot in shuffle. Open board for the championship.
For the championship. Here we go.
Can he execute?
Hold your breath.
It's coming down. It's coming down. It looks like it's going to get some line on it.
Wait. No points.
No, so 10 off only. 10 off only.
You know what, Rick? It's like you said. It's the hardest shot in shuffle. You have the whole court open. You've done it a million times in practice, but when it comes down to it, the match is on the line. It changed. The dynamics completely
I'm going to
shift.
say psychologically, what Dan should have done is taken a deep breath, stepped off, and then came back and made the shot. A lot of times you rush that shot, you think you got the game in the bag,
and
next thing you know, you just park it on a line.
You know what, Rick? You're wise beyond your years when it comes to shuffle. I got to tell you.
My years are advanced.
Yeah, well, you look advanced, but I think you're younger than you look.
Young at heart. When you're young at heart.
This is an interesting turn of events here. Oh. Oh, look at that,
That
Rick.
is in the soup, in the
Wow.
stink. It's in the stinky stuff. And that is not what but Daniel needs to clear this disc and just clear his head.
Oh, my goodness.
Or
Oh. Mitigate? Is he going to
yes,
mitigate?
yes.
Trying to
No,
mitigate damages here.
think about it. He's at 71.
Yeah.
You know, so if he can pick up 4
4
points for the win, so
Ball game.
2 sevens gets him there.
It's impressive. I mean, like, that's mental shuffleboard right there.
Yeah, it just goes to show the mental toughness. I know these guys do a lot of reading in the off season. I think for the mental conditioning.
Yeah, well, that memory games, crossword puzzles. You know, they do a lot of addition, subtraction is very important.
Yeah,
Being able to work with numbers. Oh, whoa, whoa. Flag is flying. I think the wind's out of the. Wait, Rick. It looks like the wind's coming in from the east,
north, south,
northeast.
north.
Hope that doesn't affect them too much.
All right, well, there's 15 points. That's enough if it sticks, but I don't think it's going to. It's a big shot.
Well, he's got that 10 off down there too. That's in play, right?
Yeah, it's still in the +5. Connor's got to take a look at clearing both the 8 and the 7. But yeah, I've seen him make this shot. Let's get the right angle on it. Gets the other 7 and helps himself to a 7. So that's 14. So that gets him to 73 if the score holds. But again, if Daniel can score a 7, he's going to take the cup.
Oh, wait. Steps away.
Smart.
Gathers himself.
Smart.
That's what he should have done on the last turn, Rick.
Gets the 80, gets the match, and where we have it for the
Ball
win.
game. Ball game.
All right.
Wow.
Watch this. Ready? 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 And congratulations, Dan Cohen, your 2019 Montclair Beach Club Singles Champion of Shuffleboard.
Rick, it was a pleasure being with you today. You here today.
Yeah, and stay close by us. We're going to do some post-game interviews.
Yeah, I think so.
It was a exciting match, great match.
It was.
Top to bottom, mental poise on both sides, and true sportsmanship exhibited.
You know, there's a reason why these guys are in the championship match, and it's not just because they won all the other matches to get here. You know, they respect the game and they love it, and it shows. Look at the adulation from the fans.
There's a heartwarming moment right there. Yes, father and son celebrating a championship. I mean, that's why we're here. We're playing for the kids. It's for the kids. And today's Daniel's day. It's a long time coming. He had a very controversial road to the championship. The season started off with him banned from Court 1. Yeah, for some off-season dalliance that we're not going to get into. But yeah, he made it back. He made it all the way back to the peak of shuffleboard at MBC. So yeah, hopefully we're going to get the champion up in the booth here. I think he's making his way up here. He may not be making his way up here. Yeah.
He had 6. So that made it 77. And
Oh, we didn't even go to a final score. We should go to a final score.
so 77, 77, 63.
For the final?
Yeah.
All right, let's post the final up there. K-Dog, you want to hit that?
63.
Just for the historical record, really.
They both had pretty good opportunities.
And there's your final score, ladies and gentlemen. It's Dan Cohen for the win. It's 77 and 63 in the final match. And Dan's joined us up in the booth here, so we're just going to swing the camera around, and we'll be joined with this year's Shuffleboard champion. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
All right, tilt up a little bit. Don't fall. Yeah, let's go handheld. This backdrop is not good. You know what, Dan? Come on in here.
I'm limited by the.
Oh, that's not good. Let's go to that microphone.
Do you still need my hotspot, Rick?
No, but here, swing the camera around. More? Here, you're on this side. So we're shooting from over on this side. Dan, come on over here. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to congratulate Dan Cohen, this year's 2019 MBC Men's Singles Champion. Congratulations, a hard-fought battle. Give me your indications of walk us through, game 1, game 2, game 3.
Well, I think game 1 was really, really tight. I think the score is about 45-45, and then Conor just made a really good shot, and I kind of felt, beaten at that point, and I was correct. He put me to sleep pretty nicely in that first game, and so was thinking, 2 in a row probably. We'll make it an early day, and we'll go have some Italian food with the in-laws.
Yeah, but then you had other plans. You came back strong in game 2. It got a little tight at the end, but into game 3, and that was a tight match. Walk us through the last few frames of that one.
Oh well, the shot that Conor put me in a 10 off, I knew I threw it too deep. I was really just trying to throw a 10 or something around there, so to block the board up a little bit. And once I saw it go into the 8, I said, "Oh boy, here we go. Here's the Conor shot." That was, again, that's momentum, and it mentally is super important in any sport. And I was again thinking, "Oh boy, here we go."
Yeah, it's been a controversial year for you. We referenced this earlier in the telecast. Some off-season dalliance. You got pulled over. You were banned from Court 1. And now you find yourself at the apex of MBC Shuffle. That's got to be very satisfying.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's definitely satisfying to win, because it brings me back to my youth, where I played this game every day and watched all the adults when it was probably 3 times as popular as it is now. Those are memories I have. Shout out to my doubles partner when I was a singles. Back in the day. What was it, like the early mid '90s? Andrew Ventura. We had a nice run in singles and in doubles, and this is a sport I love, and it's a sport that finally, with my kids growing up a little bit, I've been able to play. I haven't had much time in the past 3 to 5 years to do anything athletic, and frankly, I'm out of shape, so this is like the most I can put in. So,
all right. Well, with that, we'll let you get back to your family to enjoy the win, the celebration. Enjoy the heck out of it. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right.
It's
All
a great
right.
year.
All right.
Thank
Take
you
care.
for
We'll see you
hosting.
soon.
All right.
All right. And then we're going to bring up today's runner-up, Conor Lawrence. Conor's going to make his way up to the booth.
Send right here.
Oh yeah, you use that one. Yeah, Conor. First off, great match. Spirited battle. Come over to this microphone because I don't know that you're going to get caught up in the camera. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Conor Lawrence, today's runner-up. You took the first game pretty handily. You battled back strong in the second game. Of course, Dan forced the third game in the match. Give us your indication of what that thing was like. And you were in it. We just watched.
Honestly, I had a lot of fun that game. I think I should have done a better job with my hammer in the second game when I threw that 8 that hit the middle line. But I had a chance to end it all, and I messed up, and that happens sometimes.
Yeah, it becomes a game of inches. And the third game played out about as we expected. It was going to come down to who had that last hammer. You spirited job. You were able to put Dan in the kitchen on that last frame, but he was able to make the correction and had the poise and mental toughness to score. But just those sevens back there, they were hard to get to.
The ones that were bunched together there? Yeah.
It was like a gaggle of discs back there.
I would have, thinking back at it now, I think I would have tried to hit the 8 and the 7. But I thought I had a pretty good shot of getting that 7 back there into a 10 off. But I hit it wrong, hit it too far on the right side. It went off the court. And then my 7 ended up behind my 7. So.
Yeah, so it goes. All right, well, Conor, thanks for taking the time to come up here. Have a good off season. You've been a great champion, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here contesting for a championship again. But take care, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much, Rick.
All right, right on. Thank you. All right, I think we're just going to wrap it up here. But thanks everybody for taking a look at Shuffle today. We had a great match. It was exciting. We have a new champion, and we're going to get back to the pool. All right. Take care, everybody. Good night.